Welcome to our 30-day series of diving into the world of Web3. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Web3 careers. After all, the main essence of trying to understand what Web3 is all about is for you to also know the careers that are available on the Web3 space for you to make money from. So we are going to be discussing careers on the Web3 today. There is not much difference between careers on Web2 and careers on Web3. Similar things you do on your Web2 space, you can also do the same thing on Web3. If you're a video editor on Web2, you can do the same thing on Web3. If you're a programmer, if you're a developer, whatsoever career that is available on Web2 space is also available on the Web3. But this time around, you are doing it on the blockchain in a decentralized way. And of course, you should understand what blockchain technology is all about and decentralization if you have watched my previous videos. So if you have not done so, you can check this playlist here so you can go and watch the previous videos to understand all of these terms, and then you come back here to come and check careers that are available on the Web3 space for you to go into. The first career here is developer roles. So just as we have developer on the Web2, people that build websites, build web applications, or even build web apps or apps for mobile phones and the likes, you can do the same thing on Web3. But this time around, you are doing it on the blockchain technology. For instance, you can be a smart contract developer. You develop smart contracts on Ethereum blockchain, or you can even be a blockchain developer itself. You can be a front-end or a back-end developer on the Web3 space also. For instance, Binance application that you used, it is a developer that built it, both front-end and back-end. Phantom Wallet, for instance, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, and a lot of these decentralized wallets that you know out there were being built by a developer. So you can go into such. You just basically have to learn the languages that are associated with building this site. And if you know the language already, then it's a plus to you. You can swiftly get into the space and look for jobs that you can easily do and make cool cash. The second career here is designers and creators. So if you're a graphic designer or you're a UI UX designer on the Web2 space, you can still do the same thing on the Web3 space. Let's say, for instance, we all know that NFTs are majorly art collection. You see different pictures, this and that. Those were created by somebody, and they were created by UI UX designer. So if you do so on the Web2 space already, you can come into the Web3 space. You are going to see a lot of jobs there. You can develop NFTs for people. You can even develop NFTs for yourself, and then you sell. It's just like starting something from the scratch and selling it out to make profits. And that is basically it. The third career on Web3 is being a marketer or community manager. For instance, what I am doing now, I am creating content, and I create content on Web3. You can do the same thing and make cool amount of money in this space. So content creators get rewarded maybe when all these companies come to meet you to do promotions, to do collaborations or whatsoever. You can even manage communities. There are a lot of Web3 content creators right now that have built community to a large extent that they cannot manage again. And as such, they need people that is going to be dropping messages in the group daily, maybe WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord group, whatsoever. You can become a community manager. You get employed by these people and they pay you based on certain agreements, and you're making cool amount of money from just doing so. The fourth career you can do here is being an analyst or a researcher. So if you're someone that is very interested in researching, for instance, before I could put up this video, I have to go through several hours of research before I was able to compile all of this. So if you're someone that is very interested or very good in researching, you can also do so on the Web3 space. There are a lot of companies that are willing to employ you to do some basic research for them. Or you can also be an analyst. For instance, you love analyzing the economics of a coin, tracing transactions here and there, NFT transactions and the likes. You can get employed for doing so on the blockchain. Another career on the Web3 again is legal and DAOs. Although Web3 is decentralized, but still it operates in the real world. And in the real world, we have authorities, we have your government agencies, and a lot others. And a lot of fraudulent activities and scams still go on the Web3, similarly as it goes on Web2. So you can become a Web3 lawyer, yes. You can also become a Web3 advisor. You advise projects, that is in terms of law, agreements, and the likes. You give them backings on what to do and what not to do. So that is just basically it. Now, you might probably be wondering, where do I find some of these jobs on the Web3 space? So I'm going to list some places and how you can get jobs from these places. The first one here is web3.career. All you basically have to do is to search for this site, look it up, and get conversant with it. We also have crypto job list. We have remote 3. and we have DAO match. And aside that, you can also search for jobs on platforms like Twitter, Discord, and these days you can even search for jobs on TikTok. Or most especially if you're someone that has been creating content in the Web3 space already and you have certain skill, because aside creating content, you should also have another skill that is needed in the Web3 space. So you can easily get jobs, you can easily slide to people's DM, to all these organizations' DM, to render one skill or the other. These are just the basic ways to find jobs on the Web3 space. I might probably do another whole comprehensive video on this, but let us stick with the basics as of now. And the first step to doing this is to pick a niche. That is why I even have to list all of this out for you. You first of all have to pick a niche. After you pick a niche or you pick a skill, then you go and research, you learn this skill. Once you're done learning, you interact, you join communities of people that do similar things with you so that you see how they do it also. And then you start applying for jobs or you start volunteering. Some people even offer their skills for free before later on they started getting paid or whatsoever. That one is totally dependent on you. I'm not asking you to go and do free job, and I'm also not asking you to not do free job. It is totally dependent on you. So just basically, these are the steps you have to follow. So in my next video, we'll be talking about smart contracts and how smart contracts work. If you don't want to miss out on these videos, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Turn on the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we upload a new video, and use the link in the description box of this video to join my Telegram channel to stay in touch for updates.